Now, have you talked to your children about what to do if they are cyberbullied or perhaps approached by a stranger online?
A fifth of parents haven't, according to new research, and campaigners, including Olympic gymnast BETH TWEDDLE, want today to be the day you have that conversation.
The cruelty of online bullies has been in the spotlight for the past year, following the tragic deaths of these three British teenagers. In April, 15-year-old Joshua Unsworth from Lancashire took his own life. Friends claimed he'd been taunted online for months by anonymous bullies. In July, 17-year-old Daniel Perry committed suicide. It's believed the Scottish teen had been urged to self-harm by other social media users. Police also investigated whether he'd been blackmailed online. And the following month, 14-year-old Hannah Smith from Leicestershire also took her own life. Her father says it followed abuse from bullies on the website ask.fm.
New regulations need to come in to stop this from happening, to stop these trolls from doing what we're doing.
The UK's Safer Internet Centre wants more parents to talk to their children about how to stay safe and report abuse online.
Well, Beth's here now, along with Hannah Broadbent from ChildNet, an organisation that works to make the internet safer for children. A very warm welcome to you both. Beth, we've heard or been told about this sort of abuse you got. I won't go into detail, but suffice to say, it was absolutely horrific. How did you cope with that?
Do you know what? I've been on Twitter for quite a while now, and obviously when I was younger, you first see those tweets and you do look at it and it is hurtful. But I spoke to my parents quite closely about it, and they were like, just ignore it. It's one message, just glance over it. But it is hard to do that. But over the years, I've kind of learnt to glance over it. You get that one negative tweet, but then it'll be followed by sort of 20, 30, 40 really nice tweets. So it is hard to glance over, but that's kind of how I've learnt to cope with it.
Well, that's a very positive way to look at it. Yeah. It's a very dignified way of looking at it. But, you know, the hurt that can cause. You can imagine someone less strong than you. Can you imagine the impact on them? Well, we've seen in some cases it's led to death, suicides. It
has been really hard. I mean, kids these days, they're on their iPads, they're on their phones the whole time, and it is such a positive thing. 99% of the time, Twitter's amazing. It's a great way to interact with maybe people that you look up to, your idols, or just even your friends, but it can have that slight negative effect. But it's just sort of putting that awareness out there that talk to the youngsters. Maybe one thing that I learned when we first started social media, I had sort of a lesson on how to use it. Before you press send, would you like your nan to sort of see this tweet?
Good test.
That has been a filter. Yeah, it's been a great thing for me just to sort of and don't write things in the heat of the moment because they think, oh, I can just delete it. But these days with screen grabs and everything, as soon as you press send, it is literally it goes viral.
What was really interesting, you said there that you spoke to your family about it, and that's what's really important, isn't it? And that's what we're trying to do, Hannah, is to encourage parents to talk to their children, to have that conversation.
Exactly. So today's Safer Internet Day, and we hope that it'll be the day that lots of parents have a conversation with their child about how to stay safe online.
Yeah, and so sometimes parents are can be a little bit scared about online, can't they? You know, they don't quite know the terminology. How should they approach that? What's the best idea to just approach the whole subject?
Yeah, we know it can be difficult, and it's really good to start on a positive step. So ask your children what sites and services they like to use, and then get them to show you around it if you're not familiar with it already. We've actually got some conversation starters on our Safer Internet website at saferinternet.org.uk to help parents get those conversations started today.
And they should, because, I mean, there's a report in one of the papers this morning saying when kids sex text, it's called, some of the images that are out there get sold to paedophiles.
So our partners in the UK Safer Internet Centre, the Internet Watch Foundation, respond to child abuse images online, and they found that many of those that they are actioning and taking down actually came originally from social media sites that young people posted themselves, perhaps. So it's really important for young people to think about what they're posting online, and like Beth said, things can end up anywhere.
It's there forever. Once you do it, once you press that send button, it's absolutely there forever. I think your idea, Beth, is brilliant. If you don't want your granny to see it, if your grandmother would be offended in any way, don't. Just don't do it. It's just not worth it.
And it is just getting that awareness out to the kids that there is something that you can do about it. If they are, even if it's just one negative tweet, speak to your mum, your dad, your friend, whoever it is that you feel that you can trust. It might seem really silly and really petty, but if you can stamp it out straight away, then it could save what's been happening.
She's a great ambassador
You
on
are,
your side.
absolutely.
Thank you very much indeed to the two of you. It's time for the weather now. We were wondering, by the way, those of us who live in and around London, whether the Thames barrier is actually going to protect those who live in the centre and those who live in the east. We know the south west got it bad. Does it protect us? Is that